it's weird looking at games that I got platinums for pretty quickly because, and looking at the completion time on those, because it shows you the amount of time it took from the time you started the game till the time you got the platinum.
Right.
And it shows you how long that took you. And it's just weird seeing how short of a time span some of these games were, but how well I remember them. It's very strange. Like, my time with South Park The Stick of Truth the second time through was less than 3 days. And I remember that very well. Or Wolfenstein The Old Blood. I 100%ed that game in less than 2 days. And it feels like it was like a week.
Okay.
It's so weird. Because I remember these things very well and very prominently.
Okay. I can almost sympathize with you.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't plat that many games, so it's hard to say.
But you could finish a game back in the day.
Like what's the Everybody's Energy game?
Everybody's Energy.
Everybody's Gone to the Rapture?
Yep.
I kind of have weird, like, distinct memories of that game.
I gotcha.
So much of it is just you wandering through nondescript countryside.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe it's because I play these games so extensively in that time.
Yeah.
That might be it. Like Hellblade was a platinum in one day, and I played it through twice in that day, so I remember it quite well.
Wow. That's how they intended you to play it.
I'd hope not. But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting, I find. Because some of these 100% times are just so short. Or like Ryan, I did everything in 3 days. Jeez, he's a fast man. Is this boss fight?
That's not a very good one.
You're trying.
Oh
no.
Whoa.
Oh.
Did I kill him?
Do you have to retry?
I don't know. Game broke.
Well, this is an Xbox after all.
Oh. This was the console I grew up with.
My experience with the original Xbox is completely relegated to a few select sleepovers at friends' houses.
Yeah, I was that friend.
That's awesome.
It's like, come on, guys, let's play Halo and
I should have come
Fusion
over.
Frenzy.
Yeah, there was one time where I went to a friend's house and he had an Xbox, and I
monster.
Yeah, if only. I think the plan was to play through the entirety of Halo 2 co-op.
Okay, that's a fun
play it through
thing.
Yeah, but I had already spent the night there, and we played things other than Halo.
Oh.
And we stayed up all night. That's what it was. We stayed up all night playing like The Sims busting out and playing like 2-player Destroy All Humans 2. It's weird stuff.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. And then the next day he was like, yo, let's play Halo 2. And I was like barely awake. And apparently I called my mom and asked her if I could stay another night.
It's unheard of.
And so I could stay into Sunday.
Yeah.
And then we started playing through Halo 2 and we got a few missions in. And then I think I like dozed off or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I woke up again, and then I called my mom, and I was like, hey, Mom, are you going to pick me up? And she's like, you just called me and asked if you could stay another night. I was like, oh, okay, bye.
I could just see the panic in your eyes as you're trapped in this social situation.
Yeah, I was very confused. And that was the first time that I realized Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories existed, because he also had a PS2 and that game was sitting around. Yikes. I was like, whoa, I haven't heard of that Kingdom Hearts game.
Yikes. He was one of those kids, huh?
I don't know. I don't know if he ever played it. I'm sure his parents just bought him a bunch of games. So yeah, quite a few. Quite the collection.
Well, we've kind of covered your parents, I guess. They probably didn't buy you too many games, huh?
No. They bought a few here and there, but not as many as a 12-year-old with too much time would like.
Sure. That's true of anybody, really.
Exactly. What can you do?
Oh. My dad used to drive truck, and when he would come back from, like, a long trip, he'd always rent me a game.
That's awesome.
Yeah. He'd always like have it in his coat, and you'd be like, "Oh yeah, what's going on?"
Oh,
And whip it out.
Oh yeah.
Sonic 3D Blast for the Genesis.
What you got in that trench coat, Dad?
It's for you, son. I've missed you. I think I gotta go up here. Whoa. Whoa. Yes.
I've told this story before, but my
Yeah.
parents got me Pokemon, the Pokemon games, Gold and Silver. That's probably one of the very few occasions I can recall where they, like surprised me with new games.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it was about me. I just really wanted Pokemon for some reason.
Well, you were
And
a
I
kid.
had I had a Game Boy Color. I don't know if I heard about it from school, because I don't remember hearing that at school very often. But really wanted Pokemon, and I must have wanted it so bad that my parents found out somehow.
Yeah.
And then...
You're describing something that also happened to me
Really?
in a weird way. Yeah.
Okay. And then they were like, "Hey, Christian, check under the bed sheets." And I was like, "Okay." And then I checked under the bed sheets, and there was a Pokemon game, and I was freaking out. And they were like, "Keep looking." And then I checked, and it was Gold and Silver.
Yeah, and it's like, well, okay.
Yep. And then I played through one. I played one for a couple hours, and then I played the other one. I'm like, "Oh, they're the same." Okay, I'm just gonna play
Sick.
one. But anyway, what's your story that's similar to this?
Oh, it's just my parents never bought me games, but I was like weirdly into the idea of getting Pokemon Crystal for some reason.
Ah.
And then one day after soccer practice, my dad picked me up and he was just like, "Here you go." And he had like
Aw.
a Target bag with Crystal in it. I was like, "Oh!"
Wow.
It was like amazing.
I bet. That sounds amazing.
It was very much like a, okay, you can earn an allowance and you can use that to get games if you want, but we're not going to get you games on a regular basis. So
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, there was my parents. They would always tell me that we were earning money. We were earning this allowance, and they said they wrote it down. They did not. And there was no record of this.
Who's keeping the books here?
Yeah, I tried to find these books,
Yeah.
but they didn't
Audit
seem to
'em.
exist. Yeah, I tried to run an audit. It didn't work. But there was one day where they let me cash in on this theoretical allowance because
Okay.
it was my birthday, and then they were like, "Hey, get what you want." And I was running around Best Buy, and I was like, "Yes, it is time." And then I just loved Best Buy as a little kid
Yeah,
because there
that's
were
pretty
video
cool.
games galore.
Yep.
And I got my paws on a Pirates of the Caribbean PS2 game. I got my
Oh.
paws on a PS2 memory card,
Okay.
a PS2 controller, and Kingdom Hearts 2. And then I was like,
Hell
"Okay,
yeah.
Mom, I picked everything out." And she's like, "That's a little much, son."
Oh,
And I
so
said,
you put
"Okay."
Kingdom Hearts 2 back.
Oh, no, I did not. Fortunately, I did not. I put Pirates of the Caribbean back and the controller
Okay.
back. So it was just Kingdom Hearts 2 and a memory card.
That's still enough Pirates video game for any one person, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And I did not sleep that night
Yeah.
because Kingdom Hearts 2 happened.
What was your impression of the beginning of 2 as a kid? Were you like into it?
I was, because I wasn't aware of what was happening anyways. I didn't know who Roxas
Okay.
was. I didn't know who Sora was, so I was down with it. I was down with skateboarding and earning my money.
Oh, 2 was your first one.
Yes.
No? Yeah, that's crazy. I
Mhm.
can't even imagine just jumping into that,
Yep.
being like, yeah, this all makes sense.
Yeah, the first time I played it was actually at a friend's house. He popped it in the PS2, and I played through the whole Roxas portion, and I got to the Sora part. And I was like, wow, I need this.
It's like Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah. Yeah. So like a year later, that's when I ended up getting it.
Huh.
He also had Monster Hunter. That was the first time I played Monster Hunter, and I did not understand what was going on. So I was
Okay.
just killing the little like harmless creatures outside, and I was like, "Are they gonna fight back? I don't get it."
Sorta?
Yeah,
Oh, just like the little...
the herbivores
yeah.
running around outside.
Did you stick with that new one at all, or did you
No,
just kinda...
I stuck with it for maybe like 30 hours and then fell off it like a cliff.
Yeah.
What about you? You ever go back to it?
No,
Yeah.
just not my thing, I guess. I don't know. Like, I like the world and I like the idea of it and everything, but just the gameplay is just like...
Yeah. You know what gameplay isn't?
Kingdom Hearts 2 Roxas intro.
Yeah, and Black Ops 4 out in stores now.
Especially by the time I get this video edited and posted.
Yeah, dude. It's out in stores. It's still going to be out in stores no matter when you post this.
I just feel like that video we did was just flatlined. It was just like...
Yeah, I could
Like,
feel it. I could feel the
dude.
lack of interest emanating from my headphones.
It was just barren, like, no character to it.
Yeah,
Just
it's bizarre.
generic.
It's bizarre.
thing.
The feeling that I get with a new Call of Duty game, though, is just... I don't like fascination and just kind of an exhilaration with the wealth of content that there is.
Right.
Because I'll sit there and play multiplayer for 10 hours and I'll be like, I haven't touched 2/3 of this game yet.
Just trying to figure
Whoa.
out. Oh,
Whoa.
okay.
You did it.
Yeah, but the content, if the content is Battle Royale mode, I'm like, no thanks.